There is a $300,000 difference in the median home prices between these two areas of Northern Virginia, but most buyers don't know that there's a deeper cost to that choice. Over the past 20 years, I've helped thousands of families decide between Woodbridge and Ashburn. Most people think just about spending more or less money, but there's one hidden factor that changes everything for families. Today, I'm going to break down the 4 main things that will help you decide between affordability or amenities. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which town, Woodbridge or Ashburn, will be best for you and your family. All right, first, let me show you what you can buy for $600,000 in each community. But first, I need to explain one mistake I see buyers make again and again when comparing these areas. Once you get this, the choice is clear. All right, so let's talk about common buyer mistakes in price comparison. Most people see Woodbridge median price at $523,900 and Ashburn's at $829,285. They think it's just one simple choice between spending more or less, but the real story is in the details nobody talks about, and I've helped hundreds of buyers walk through making this decision. All right, so let's talk about Woodbridge value proposition, right? A median price of $523,900 gets you a solid single family there. The price per square foot is around $253. Buyers are always shocked by how much house they can get. Homes like this would cost a lot more in other Northern Virginia markets. It's clear values for families who need space but want to stick to a budget. You get more house for your money compared to most places in the region. And guess what? Woodbridge is actually the fastest growing suburb in all of the United States. Can you believe that? And remember the size difference when we talk about Ashburn's resort style amenities later. This trade-off will make much more sense when you see what you get for that higher price. Now let's talk about Ashburn's premium pricing analysis. Median sales price in Ashburn, $829,285, translate to $313 per square foot, paying about $60 more per square feet for the privilege of living there. Why do thousands of families make the choice to move there every year, even though it has a lot higher cost to purchase a house? So I want to go through market inventory reality. I recently pulled up June 2025 MLS data. Woodbridge has significantly more listings than Ashburn, so there was actually a lot more houses for sale in Woodbridge than Ashburn. Actually, when I was going around getting some footage for this video, I was shocked. You do not see many for sale signs in Ashburn at all. So Ashburn home buyers, they actually have to compete a lot more. A lot of the times you're going to be in multiple offer situations. I just wrote an offer for somebody and we actually got it accepted because, you know what, I'm a great negotiator. I mean, come on, look at me. You can tell by looking at my face, right? But guess what? There was multiple offers, and one of the things that we did was that we had to give a free rent back because the seller did want to get their money and then live there for free for another 30 days. And my buyer was willing to do this to be able to get the house. And they also waived the home inspection tendency. So to get houses in Ashburn, you have to do things like this. So bidding wars are just going to be part of the life when you're buying a house in Ashburn. You see, this is why I make videos like this every week. I love bringing you insider information before you even start house hunting. If you want to stay ahead of the Northern Virginia market with weekly updates on prices, neighborhood guides, and tips to save money, hit that subscribe button. I mean, come on, hit it. What are you waiting for? You know what? One of my clients told me, 3 of my clients actually told me that they hit the subscribe button when I said that they would come into luck, and they literally, all 3 of them hit the lottery. Okay, I just made that up, but you know what I mean. Definitely hit that subscribe button. And on this channel, I'll make sure you know everything you need to know about moving here to Northern Virginia. All right, property taxes comparison. You know, some people do move here from the Northeast and they are shocked. They go, man, your property taxes are cheap, and Texas as well. But to me, it can be really expensive. But Prince William County, Woodbridge is 1.04% effective property tax rate. Loudoun County, Ashburn is 80 cents per $100 assessed value with a lower rate. Counterintuitive result, pay more for the house, but less ongoing tax burden. Why is that? You have Data Center Alley, which I will say, in the data centers, they can be pretty ugly looking. They have brought down the tax rate a lot over in Ashburn. Now, we got to talk about HOA fees, right? The dreaded HOA fees. They are going to be around $100 to $300 a month in Woodbridge on average, and then Ashburn's around $133 to $174 for a monthly range. Now, keep in mind, a lot of the neighborhoods in Ashburn are going to have a ton of resort style amenities. So some of them will have an initiation fee or a capital contribution fee, and I've seen it be somewhat of $3,500, and that's why you need a good realtor like myself to know what you're getting into as you are buying a house. But here's what really changes things for every family I work with. This matters more than the size of the house or even the price. How you get to work every day affects your life more than anything else, right? And the way the transportation transportation works in these two areas is something that a lot of buyers miss. Okay, in real estate, we have a little saying, it's called location, location, location. Most people don't say it as intense as I do, but your daily commute could save you 2 hours a day and cost you an extra $3,000 a year, depending on where you live, right? But here's what most people miss when they look at these numbers. I'm going to show you the hidden factor that actually changes everything. All right, let's talk about transportation impact. Getting to work affects your daily life more than anything else. Washington, D.C. just passed Los Angeles for the worst traffic in all of the United States. People in the DMV area, on average, take 36 minutes to get to work, which is more than anybody else in the country. Many of my clients say picking the right commute was even more than the house. Can you believe that? And the numbers will show you why this matters so much. All right, so let's talk about Woodbridge. If you work at the Pentagon, your drive from Woodbridge is about 45 minutes during rush hour. If you work in DC, it's around 46 minutes with normal traffic. I-95 is one of the busiest roads in the East Coast. Let me tell you something. If you want to have a bad day, just go on I-95 on a Saturday through Fredericksburg, Virginia. That can make the Pope like literally cuss anybody out. And here's the problem, right? Your 45-minute commute can turn to 2 hours very fast driving from Woodbridge. But Woodbridge does have some great public transportation options. The VRE Woodbridge station helps you avoid highway stress. It has a direct train to Union Station in DC, and the travel time is predictable. You can work on your daily commute on the train instead of dealing with traffic. And there's also multiple bus routes and commuter lots that go right into the Pentagon and downtown DC. Think about it this way. Every extra minute you spend in traffic is time that you lose with your kids, your dogs, doing other things that you really want to do. It's time you can't use to enjoy the community amenities you're paying for. And when you look at the school options later, this will matter even more, so definitely keep watching. Now, Ashburn definitely does have something very beautiful. Besides having me live near it, you have the Silver Line Metro that changes the game for Ashburn commuters. You can get to downtown DC without using a car. You avoid 95 altogether, and you get a predictable 45 to 50-minute train ride into the city. If you drive, it's going to take about 40 minutes to get to the Pentagon. Downtown DC would be about 45 minutes, and then Dulles Airport is literally only 10 minutes away, which is a huge win if you travel international or travel nationally all the time. But I want to talk about the cost comparison, right? A VRE monthly pass will usually be around $300 to $400 depending on zones. Metro Unlimited Pass in Ashburn's around $200 to $250. And if you drive, of course, you're going to be paying $300 a month in gas and parking in DC easily. And Ashburn gives you more transportation options for about the same cost. But we got to talk about traffic pattern differences. I-95 southbound and Woodbridge has some of the worst traffic in all of the United States. Then you have Dulles Toll Road. Ashburn route usually moves a lot higher, but it can get really expensive. Drivers in Ashburn have more routes to reroute if the main roads are clogged. And during snow or ice, I-95 tends to be a lot slower. I don't know if you guys remember, but a few years we had a really bad snowstorm here, and people were literally trapped in their car for one day on I-95. It was like literally a nightmare. And then of course you have airport accessibility, right? Like Dulles Airport from Ashburn, I said, is only 10 minutes any time of the day. EWI from Woodbridge is about 45 to 60 minutes depending on traffic. Reagan from either location is about 45 minutes. Business travelers often pick Ashburn because it's so close to Dulles. There is a lot of business people that I get that move to Ashburn or Brambleton or Leesburg just because it's so close to Dulles Airport. So if you're traveling a lot, you really will want to probably pick Ashburn. But I will tell you, a lot more people choose National as it is a more convenient airport for sure. Now, these location benefits directly shape the lifestyle and amenities you get in each community. There's a trend that's changing both areas that will affect home values for years to come. This connects to the lifestyle objectives we're about to dive into next. Now, a lot of things when I'm doing research really don't shock me when I'm talking about Northern Virginia, but this actually, I had no clue. So these two areas in Northern Virginia offer very different lifestyles, but here's what surprises most families. The community they think fits their lifestyle usually doesn't. I'm about to show you why the choice that seems obvious might actually be the wrong one. And like I said, this is really surprising. Okay, so Woodbridge has 43,000 residents, but a median age of 33.8 years. Ashburn, 45,000 residents, but get this median age of 41.3 years old. I had no clue that Ashburn was a lot older demographic than Woodbridge. Did you guys know that? 8-year age difference definitely will give you a lot different community vibe, right? The income gap impact is very significant, right? Like in the median household income in Woodbridge is around $100,000. $1,370. Solid for the region, right? Supports a comfortable middle-class lifestyle, practical family-focused spending patterns, but Ashburn is one of the highest in all of the United States at $153,000. I don't know why I just said that like a radio host, but it represents completely different economic brackets. Feel the difference in every restaurant, shop, and community event. The income gap actually also affects school funding, right? Which we'll get into soon. It's the reason why one district has more resources than others, so stay tuned. I want to talk about Woodbridge community character. Woodbridge actually is a really cool spot. They have an awesome music scene, right? Like just last year, the 2 songs of summer were by Tommy Richmond and Shabuzi, who both were from Woodbridge and went to Prince William County schools. But Woodbridge has a lot of very different culture when it comes to dining options, like Mexican restaurants, Ethiopian, of course, Firebirds. It's one of my favorites, but I feel like that's kind of like a normal chain restaurant right at this point. And then you have Babylon Woodbridge as well, which is a sports bar and entertainment spot. And then, of course, you have all your chain restaurants like Chick-fil-A, my favorite, Panera, Panda Express, Tropical Smoothie. But 41% of all the households in Woodbridge have children, a dynamic, youthful environment with families out constantly, community events centered around family activities, and there is youth sports leagues everywhere in Woodbridge. Now, let's talk about Ashburn's demographics. 66% of people in Ashburn hold a bachelor's degree or higher. Concentration of government contractors, tech employees, executives, professionally focused community atmosphere, amenities and services match higher income levels for sure, and more sophisticated entertainment options, wine tasting, and adult-focused recreational activities, right? Like you have so many wineries, breweries over in Ashburn. You're also close to Leesburg and downtown Leesburg, and then Middleburg, Virginia, which is like the epitome of like rich, right? But Ashburn, Lark Brewing is one of my favorite new spots, but it can get really packed. But One Loudon actually is really phenomenal. I like going out and hanging out there. Even if you live in Woodbridge, you definitely should check out One Loudon. Higher education levels in Ashburn create a different community rhythm. Upscale dining, you've got premium recreational facilities, exclusive of rent. The younger Woodbridge population drives demand for quality schools and family services, affordable family entertainment options, and accessible healthcare facilities. But the older, affluent Ashburn areas supports upscale dining establishments, premium recreational facilities, and exclusive community events and clubs. Right? Like you have the new Berg Hotel with their exclusive club in there. Then you have things like Top Golf and iFly. So they have a lot of expensive experiences over in Ashburn. But here's where it gets interesting for families, right? The parks and activities in each area match those lifestyles in a very different, big way, honestly. And depending on where you live, that can change your daily life. So check this out. One community has Virginia's biggest outlet mall and water parks. The other has resort-style amenities with 50 miles of hiking trails, but the place with fewer amenities might actually give you a better life. I'm going to show you why. So let's talk about Woodbridge's shopping and entertainment hub. So you have Potomac Mills, which is Virginia's largest outlet mall. Back in the day when I grew up as a kid, that was a huge like tourist trap. You have 200 different outlet stores. It attracts more visitors than any other mall in the region. Well, I guess Tyson probably attracts a lot, right? Clients are always amazed by its size and variety. And it's not just a shopping center, it's definitely a destination. And they're really growing that mall all the time. And then a really cool new shopping center, I guess it's not new, but within the last few years, is going to be Stonebridge at Potomac Sound Center. It's got an upscale feel. You've got upscale restaurants. You've got Wegmans, Bar Louie. You've got an Alamo Draft House. You've got so much going over there. And people get that high value shopping and premium dining in the same community over there in Woodbridge. All right, so these amenities are great, but they matter even more when you look at school quality. For many families, finding the right balance between fun things to do and highly rated schools is what makes the final decision, so stick with me. Leesylvania State Park and Occoquan River give people easy access to nature. There are hiking trails all throughout the park. People can fish along the river. The waterfront makes the area feel like a resort, but without those resort prices. Many people choose Woodbridge because of these outdoor spaces, and it connects you to Virginia's national beauty that you really won't get when you're over in Ashburn. But Ashburn has a planned community outreach, right? You have One Loudon, what is like cream of the crop when you're talking suburban modern planning. It has upscale dining, restaurant, shopping, things like Trader Joe's, and they also have an Alamo Draft House. Like I said, the Ice Guide, you see some of the commanders walking around because you have the practice bubble right around the corner. And then there's a really cool neighborhood that's actually part of One Loudoun with like awesome townhomes that have elevators as well. And then you have the sports pavilion or pool, tennis courts on a premium level. And if you pay for them on your own, that would just cost you hundreds of dollars a month. And these are just basic features when you live at One Loudoun. Like, it really feels like you're at a resort. And then you do have Ashburn's trails, right? Like, they have 50 miles of walking trails. Their trail system connects neighborhoods, making it easy to get outside. Central Park, which is a really cool spot. There's like this little red barn, right? I didn't really know that was there until the other day. I was out there with my wife and kids just checking out One Loudoun. But there's some open space for playgrounds and hiking. There's event spaces for year-round events. And then the park's upkeep and vent shows the area's commitment to that premium living. Woodbridge definitely gives you that classic suburban lifestyle. Family drive to activities and fun spots. The area has grown a more natural way over time. Ashburn offers walkable plan, lifestyle, recreation, and daily life blend easily. It's a planned community that keeps on growing and adding new features all the time. In Ashburn, the planned lifestyle means new features get added and updated as the area grows. In Woodbridge, growth is more natural. Features change slowly and reflect what people there really need. This connects directly to home prices and how each area keeps growing. Now we get to see what families see what's the most important factor when choosing the areas they're going to live in, and that's going to be the school districts, right? Schools are often more than test scores. They also affect how your home's value goes up over time, so let's dive in. For most families, the school district alone explains why prices are higher, but it's not as simple as it seems, right? That part actually completely changes how you look when you look at this $300,000 price difference. Prince William County schools, where Woodbridge is, ranked in the top 50% of all Virginia's 130 districts. You've got solid statewide rank, but not top tier, right? Decent performance across most areas. Loudoun County ranks in the top 20% of Virginia. This is why most families stretch their budgets to live there. Loudoun has a strong reputation for high performance. I will say you will see a lot more newer schools in Loudoun. That's because a lot of the housing is newer. Let's talk about some of the best schools over in each one. You got Mary G. Porter Traditional Elementary in the Woodbridge area that ranks 7th among all Virginia elementary schools. 84% students are proficient in math, 89% are proficient in reading, and this just shows top tier schools do exist in Prince William County. You just need to know, look where the best is. I mean, honestly, I'm a little biased, but Colgan High School, named after my grandfather in Manassas, is definitely the best school in the country. Loudoun County has 64% math proficiency, above Virginia's 54% average. Prince William County has about a 54%, matching that state average. There's a clear gap between districts for families who care about academics. Their numbers matter a lot when you're looking at colleges and college preparation. Loudoun County schools do have a lot more demanding academics. Students and parents face higher expectations. The district there has a lot more competitive atmosphere, I will say. Prince William County definitely has a more balanced approach when it comes to school. They focus on academics and students' well-being, and it's a less high-pressure environment than Loudoun County schools. Top-rated schools, I will say, do play a lot in home values, and it really helps during market slowdowns. They also see faster appreciations when markets grow. For over 20 years, data does show that school quality links home values tremendously, and good schools can continually actually raise home values wherever you live. Both districts do produce graduates who succeed in top universities. The difference is in the path and resources available. Loudoun County advantages more academic options, specialized programs, resources to help with competitive college admissions. And then you've got the property value protection factor. Loudoun County's strong academic reputation demands high. Families are willing to pay premium prices for school access. This helps to maintain support home values even when the market is uncertain. It explains why home prices stay high when other factors could suggest they might actually drop. So as you can see, looking past the price tags when comparing these two areas will impact your family's daily life for years. Both areas have a lot to offer, but they do fit different types of buyers. And if you are going to start looking at houses in Woodbridge or Ashburn, send me an email, info@coldingteam.com. I'll send you current listings that match your budget and what your family needs. The Northern Virginia market moves really fast, especially in these areas, so don't wait for months to get started. Many of my clients tell me they wish they actually would have contacted me sooner because homes can actually sell quickly in Ashburn and Woodbridge and pretty much all of Northern Virginia. And I can even show you a lot of homes before they hit the market. Like I'm thinking right now, I have two coming soon horse properties in Loudoun and Fauquier counties that I can show any of my clients before they hit the market. Speaking of things moving moving fast. Something just happening just south of here that families need to know about. A huge project is bringing over 1,400 jobs and $150 million a year to our local economy. It's so big that it will actually put this county that you may not have ever heard of on the map. And if you're thinking about where home prices will go next, this kind of project is a video that I put together that you need to watch. So definitely click that. And guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next video.